And right now, it shouldn't be long at all.
Well, they told me my call sign dazed and confused was too long.
Okay, that's good. We are on TV tonight. How about that? Good deal. Okay, if the board members who are here, if you just raise your hand, I just want everybody to see who's on the board. So if you have anything you need from the club, these are the guys to get in touch with. And we appreciate that. The minutes of the last meeting, Steve, do you have those for us? Or
They're at home.
okay,
There wasn't any real business taken care of other than people giving reports.
okay. So there, and we do have a recording of that if somebody really wants to know what went on. So can we have a move to dispense of the readings of the minutes? So move. Second. Okay, thank you. Sparky, the treasurer's report.
We don't publish it on streaming, so if anybody wants to see that, they can come and see me after we go offline.
Okay, very good. And as far as our committees, field day went rather well. We had about 20 people down there. Our program tonight that we originally had is not available, so I have some pictures that were taken down there, about a 6-minute presentation we'll do at the end of the meeting. And after that, we will have a little after action report and get feedback from everybody on how they think field day went, whether it went real well, whether it went real bad, what can we improve on, what we did right. And so I look forward to hearing everybody's comments on that. VE testing. James, if you would mind coming up and filling us in, sir.
Thank you, Jim. We did have a VE testing session last evening. Our host for that particular session was Dairy Queen in Portland, Texas, and we're very grateful for them making their facility available to us for the testing session. We had everybody that attended the session passed, and we had, as a result of that, one new technician, and he is here tonight, and we certainly do appreciate your joining the ham radio community. I'd also like to thank the other host that we've used so far this year. St. Mark's here has hosted several sessions and hosted the last ham cram teaching and testing. And then I forget now who the other one was. Huh? Yeah, St. Mark's. We are plunging towards the end of the current extra question pool. It will end in a few days. And July 1st, the new test pool goes into effect. So if you've been studying for extra, find out what the new questions are going to be, the new areas of ham radio that have been added to that question pool, and add that to your studies if you're already studying for extra. Also like to thank the Science Museum. On field day, they provided us with a room to conduct our VE testing session. We had 3 candidates at that testing session. 1 took technician and 2 took extra. And we had 1 new extra out of that test session. So thanks again to the Science Museum for making that facility available to us. We'll be posting probably for, let's see, it's June, July, probably an August test. And also depending on how many people that we have request the next ham cram session. Jim is working on that. He'll give you the information on how to get hold of him. So that session will come up, and we may adjust our next scheduled testing session accordingly, so we don't have two test sessions right on top of each other. We want to accommodate, if the ham cram comes first, we want to give those guys a little bit of time, and then they can come to the next session and get that upgrade to general. So great opportunity coming up. Thanks again for all of the VEs that have helped out. It couldn't happen without you guys. Y'all make it happen. I just dragged the box around. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. We really appreciate all you do for the amateur community. Taking the test stuff around is no small feat, and so we really appreciate that. About the Science Museum, we have been invited by them to put in a permanent ham radio display down there. We're going to have some, it's still in discussion as to exactly when it's going to happen and where it's going to be, because they're doing some remodeling. But we'll have some static displays and then an operational station. They've given us permission to put a tower on the roof. And so this is going to be a really, really good deal for the club and exposure for ham radio in general down there. That and the Lexington are going to be really good outreaches. Something else, as you will see in our video, if you weren't there, we have a new banner that belongs to the club that is bright yellow, so you can see us stand out, and it's got the logo and the name all over it, and so it's really good for exposure. Our plan for that is to go around to any activity that somebody thinks we can get involved in. The downtown meeting that they have every month, and that, of course, the festivals and things like that. But if anybody has something coming up that they would like to have us set up the banner at and introduce ham radio to the people, we absolutely would love to do that. And so just get a hold of a board member, and we'd like to get a calendar going so we know in advance. One person can set the canopy up. We had 4, so it was a piece of cake. So anyway, keep that in mind. As far as the repeaters go, we have most of them working well. Wayne, would you like to talk to us about the Lexington?
Well, the Lexington repeater is currently off the air. We've had it off the air for several weeks now. We need to diagnose a problem with the power amp on the transmitter. It keeps blowing external power supplies, and we've lost several power supplies because of that. So I think worst case, we're going to have to take the repeater chassis off the ship and take it over to one of our maintenance people that is an expert on this particular type of repeater. His name is Don. He's been a real help for the club, keeping all our repeaters going. So, like I said, the Lexington repeater will be off the air for the foreseeable future. It's going to be a real problem getting that repeater off the ship and then back up again. It's going to be a tough job. It's going to take several people to accomplish that work. So that's a status on the Lexington repeater.
Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate that. Sparky, do you have anything on the link system that you'd like to share?
So we've been having some issues with one of the links, the All-Star link. The PC locks up. We're trying to figure out where it is. It's either on our equipment that we have to work through that bug, or it's the fact that the hub gets reset every day at like 4 in the morning, and for some reason ours isn't just recapturing and reconnecting. So we're working through trying to get that resolved. When it does go offline, it goes offline until I notice it or somebody makes me aware of it. And then I go out and I do a reboot at the site. So if you notice it offline, which is going to be really hard to tell unless you're checking the sites. We're trying real hard to keep an eye on it, and when we notice it's offline, we go take care of it. Hopefully, we'll have that resolved soon. The Fusion link continues to be up. I haven't heard any issues with it, just lack of use. So if you are so inclined to use, if you have a Fusion capable radio, to get on that link and make contact with those various repeaters, mostly in the San Antonio area, Austin, and up 35-ish. They're adding repeaters. They're moving repeaters at the moment. So they're trying to expand that coverage if you have that capability. We're still determining whether or not that's going to be a good fit for the 8.8. We may make some changes a little farther down the line, but we really want to get a good feel of how it's being used, how the coverage looks, and our partnership with the San Antonio Digital Radio Club that runs that Fusion network. And we hope to continue the partnership, but we want to make sure that we're utilizing the club's equipment in an efficient manner for all of our members. And again, we may make some changes as we move down the line. So more to come, as they say. Any questions?
Thank you, Sparky. RF-wise, all the repeaters seem to be working good. We do have some minor issues with the new site at KZFM, but we're checking on that. It may not be a problem at all because it is working with good coverage right now. It's just kind of flaky as you drive around sometime on the UHF repeater. The repeater downtown, 147.100, it has the Weather Bureau link on it, got a real workout with our recent rain. And so if you want to, when we have something coming in, listen to that repeater, and you won't miss any of the weather bulletins because they're automatically rebroadcast on the repeater. And then every time it IDs, it reminds you of what's going on. So that's pretty cool. As far as the ham cram classes coming up, we are planning one for July. I have a couple of people interested. I'd like to get some more people since all of us are hams. You out there who are watching and would like to be ham, get in touch with me, 361-249-0993 or n5vl@outlook.com, and we'll get you a class and get you licensed. And then you can come join us. Well, you can come join us now, but I figure everybody's at town watching the big fight on TV. We do have something coming up that I think is really cool. We have a silent key, Steve Genoway, N5 SCG in Portland, passed away recently, and his family has donated a complete setup for us to use. It's earmarked for the museum. And so we are going to have that, the equipment. We have a full station that's been donated for there. We also have a lot, and I put that in capital letters, a lot of other equipment that we are going to be selling to help the family. Started setting it up in the recording studio, so it'll be air conditioning. We have plenty of room. And at this point in time, I've got 3 tables full. We've got a 7100 ICOM with all the bells and whistles and software, and it's available. We have a quad bander for the technicians. It covers all your bands that's there, and 7 handhelds of varying types and styles from an ICOM 51 to a Baofeng, and so everything in the middle. And so it's going to be not this weekend, probably the next weekend is what I'm really shooting for, that we're going to have basically a ham radio garage sale. And I'll get the address out to everybody at that time when we know for sure that's what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. We have, James started the ball rolling on this, and we went over and had some t-shirts made, or shirts made just before field day that at Prince Charming Royal Tees on Acushnet. That is behind the Weber Bill Millers. It's about 2 buildings behind it. And they have our logo. And I had a dark shirt, so I took it over there, and it doesn't show up well. It looks kind of classy. but it doesn't show up well on this, but it's $12.95 if you take your shirt in. If you buy one of their shirts, it's going to depend on the quality of the shirt you buy. The ones that we bought were yellow to match the new tent, and the logo and everything and name stood out real well on it. And they were $31. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Prince Charming is at 3814 Acushnet. 3814 Acushnet, which is right behind the Bill Miller's on Weber. You go to Bill Miller's, turn down the street, and it's a second building.
There's no Bill Miller's on Weber. It's Miller's.
Miller's, okay.
Miller's Bar.
Miller's Barbecue. I stand corrected. I know it's a separate business. We meet at Bill Miller's, and so that came to mind. But the logo looks great. And so if you would like a shirt, go over there and they'll fix you up. They were going to give me a quote on some T-shirts as well, but we didn't get that. Some screen printing stuff. Yes, sir.
Where did you get your shirt?
I'm sorry.
Where did you get your shirt?
This the actual shirt I got at Academy, but they can put it on any shirt. You take them, and it doesn't take long. Took them 2 weeks on mine because they had some other stuff going on. She said it's normally within a week, so that's a pretty good deal. Do we have any other business tonight? Anybody would like to bring up? Yes, James.
Our other host that I was trying to think of, I took our walk looking at Carl. It's North Bay Church of Christ in Portland, Texas, and they've been an excellent host. And put Carl as our contact over there. Well, I think we even did a tailgate over there.
Right.
They're an excellent host of the testing.
Okay, very good. Yeah, North Bay Church of Christ, they have been really good to us. The Dairy Queen in Portland has been good to us as far as testing, and St. Mark's Church, we have testing out here as well sometimes. And so we will be putting another test together shortly and find out how the ham cram class is going. If we get enough people, we'll hold that class here. If we just have 2 or 3, we'll probably hold it in the recording studio because it doesn't require them cooling the place down for us. Okay, do we have any other business? Yes, sir.
This may be interesting. A while back, I talked to a ham in Wisconsin, David, and he was from the Lexington station, and he was a big World War II history buff and a really big ham. And when museum ships came up, he sent me an email and said, "Can I operate from the Lexington?" And he actually flew here from Wisconsin and filled out a log page on the Lexington and toured the ship and flew home.
Very good. Cool. Yeah, just a reminder that we have stations on the Lexington, and as a member of STARC, when you go down there, all you have to do is tell them that you are going to the radio room, and there's no charge for you to get up there. If you have not been there before, you need to get with one of the board members, one of the people that routinely go up there to show you the ropes on how to get there and how to use the equipment. Some of them are straightforward, and others takes a little learning. And so that facility is available. And we do have membership cards. So if you want to take your family and do the tour, contact somebody on the board and we will loan you one of the membership cards, and you can take the family up and really go through the boat, which is really cool. It's been a long time since we've done that, but it was, lost a couple of pounds and it was really good. Any other information tonight? Or comments or anything? Well, this was a fairly short meeting. That's very good. What we're going to do now is I'm going to run a video, which is basically just a bunch of pictures that we took at Field Day. So you can take a look at our setup and what was going on. And after that, we'll have a little after action report, and everyone that would like to come up and talk about how it went. And hopefully you really enjoyed it. If not, let us know that too, and what we can do to improve the situation for next year. I don't know whether we will be meeting in the same place because, each year we try and do something a little bit different. And this was the first time we had gone down to the museum. And because of our relationship with them now, we thought it was a really good thing. And they enjoyed it. They took pictures of us and so it was a good deal. So give me just a second to get the video going here. The pavilion down there made it nice and cool because we were under cover with a nice wind. And so that was a really good place. It's been a long time since we've actually gone after numbers and got real serious about the contest. It's more of a social thing for the last couple of years that we set up the stations and worked quite a few stations. And the Morgans had a really nice little station set up, worked a lot of South America. And so it was a nice little thing. Does anybody have anything that they would like to say about Field Day? How did we do? How did we not do? Everybody's quiet. I can't believe it. Well, that's good. I'm going to officially close the meeting, and James has got some giveaways that we are going to do. And so, James, come on up. Yes, we are ending our broadcast at this time, and we appreciate you joining us, and we'd like to see you on our repeater, 146.82 every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for our net. And next month, come out and join us in person at the South Texas Amateur Radio Club. Thank you. God bless.